case you don't know what guinea pig teeth look like, yeah, those are guinea pig teeth. What's up, you guys? Artemis Prime here doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the Captain America movie, the Winter Soldier Infinite series Black Widow figure from the Build-A-Figure Mandroid wave. Gotta give a big thanks to Comic and Figure Addicts for making this review possible. Please check them out. Their Facebook link is in the description below. And if you're local, you happen to stop by there, mention Artemis Prime, you get 10% off. So just gotta throw that out there. Now this figure right here, it is loose. So I did pick up a loose copy. This is not an easy figure to come by. And really quick, here's the empty packaging. As you can see, it has no Black Widow or Build-A-Figure piece in it. And here's a picture of the Black Widow on the back. Very, very nice picture. Very, very cool looking figure. As you can see, compared to the other ones from the first wave, these were blacked out. These ones showing the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow and our Chris Evans Captain America and Winter Soldier right here from the movie. And then we have a little bio over here, which says, former spy and deadly assassin Natasha Romanoff may have red in her ledger, but Black Widow plans to settle accounts. I like that Avengers reference there with the red in the ledger. And it does come with an instruction booklet. Now this is the Build-A-Figure piece that she comes with. If anybody has that, please hit me up. We could work something out, maybe trade or buy it off you or whatever. So yeah, eventually I will be building the Build-A-Figure Mandroid. And then she does have a couple of accessories. She does not include this gun over here, okay? So I'm sorry if I misled you with that. That came from a different figure. I think that was my Nick Fury figure, my Avengers Nick Fury figure. But she actually does come with 2 heads and she comes with 2 sets of hands, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that they came with these accessories. I gotta say, I'm very, very happy with this figure. I am very excited that Hasbro actually followed through with making this. As soon as I'd seen it at Comic-Con, I was super stoked. I was just really, really happy they did this, and I like the figure a lot. I am very, very pleased. Now, I do have my own custom. Just gotta do a side-by-side comparison of the custom that I had made over here. Thank you, Fancy Pants Jr. and Chipunkas, for making this possible. I had gotten this head sculpt from Glassman Customs, so you can see they both have their Avengers hair over here. And yeah, I just wanted to show off my custom over there. You can re-swap the heads if you wish. But enough of my custom, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this beautiful figure. I really like the face sculpt on this figure. I think Hasbro did a great job with this. Now, it's not Hot Toys likeness, alright? But for a 6-inch figure, I think this is actually one of their better ones where they're trying to mimic the likeness of an actor and putting it into an action figure. It really looks like Scarlett Johansson to me. I really like this a lot. And I really like the hair too. I'm glad that they gave us this Avengers hair. They didn't have to do that. I'll show you her Winter Soldier hair in a minute, but this is just great that they did this. I'm very, very pleased that Hasbro is, just feeding the fans something like this, because of course we want our Scarlett Johansson to have the Avengers hair because we didn't get one in the Avengers wave, and a lot of people complained about that. So that means that they're listening. I'm really happy that they did this, and this looks just fantastic. After popping the head off, you can see there is no disc hinge over here, so when we get to the articulation, you'll notice she will not have full head articulation. And here's her Winter Soldier movie hair, and I think her mouth is just painted on a little weird. I feel like they missed the mark on that a little bit, but the sculpt is the same as the other face. I mean, doing a side-by-side comparison over here, you can tell they're the same exact face sculpt, they just switched the hair on them. But yeah, I like her with the straight hair. I can't tell if I like how she looks with the straight hair more or with the curly hair more. Her hair is not my favorite asset, if you know what I mean. But I like that they've added some paint shading in here. This looks great, very well sculpted. Great job on this hair. Both of these hairstyles look great. I really like the detail on the rest of the figure. I really like the textured detail in the center, and then you can see on the outside part over the hair on the gray areas, it's much smoother. And then on this, it's got some texture to it, which is nice. I like the silver paint applications. They did a great job of sculpting the breasts. They look big and attractive. I like that. I like the silver paint applications for the shield logo over here, again with this texturing, and even her little tasers right here on her bracelets. These are really cool. Nice paint detail right there. And the gloves look pretty good. Now she does come with 2 sets of interchangeable hands. On the left hand you can see she has her open hand, and then she also comes with her gun wielding hand. Even though she comes with no guns. I wish she came with guns. I'll get into that in just a second. But the detail on the gloves look very, very cool. And her fingernails are not painted, which is not really a big deal to me. I like how her belt came out over here. That's great. You can see the Widow logo. We have this shiny black plastic right over here for this other belt. Now she has her gun holsters, which is kind of weird. So there are these molded guns that are just attached to the holster. You cannot take them out at all. And then you see these straps over here look like they're supposed to go to the side of the belt, so you can kind of fake it. I guess tuck them in underneath this hip joint over here. But I guess they've just made it so that you can move the legs out and get her into poses without this hindering any articulation, which isn't a terrible move. I can't really complain too much about that since I love articulation so much. I just wish they had made these guns removable, even though they look like they're super small, but it would have been nice if they had made the guns removable. I can't emphasize enough how much I can't stand molded accessories like this. It's such a cheap way out, but you know, it looks like they couldn't do anything about it. At least if they'd given us some separate guns so she can hold guns. But enough of that rant. Again, I like the silver paint applications on those buckles, and again, the shiny black paint continues on those thigh straps over there, and the textured in the center part of her legs, and then the outside is smoother in the gray section, and then she has very glossy boots over here. You can even see the zipper right down there. I think that looks very, very cool, and I like how her high heel shoes came out. I guess these are pumps. I guess that's what they call them. And she does have peg holes at the bottom of both of her feet. And here's a look at the back of the figure. One thing I want to mention though is that the texturing in the joints themselves are in there too, so that they match the rest of this black section. I really like that they've done that. But she has a pretty decent butt, by the way. She doesn't have as much of a kick and a cup as I had hoped, you know, kick and cup, you know, and it's just not as prominent over here, you know. I mean, I want a little bit more, but, you know, the hip width is pretty nice. That's pretty movie accurate. Then we have some wrinkles on her shirt right there, and is there something tucking underneath there? That doesn't look right from the back of it anyway. But, yeah, that's pretty flat surface on the back of the figure over here. Now, I do like the articulation of this figure. She's a little tricky to stand overall, and she does have limited head articulation, but overall I do like the articulation on her. Her head can move side to side. It's a little trickier with the longer hair, of course, and it kind of tends to pop off. With the shorter hair, you can move it side to side a lot easier. And she has shoulder joints that move outward, they can move forward. She has elbows that bend in that much. They rotate at the elbow as well. She has wrist rotation over here. She does not have a disc hinge in the wrist though. So unlike the other interchangeable hands we've been seeing from Hasbro lately, they have a hinge right here, but she does not. I think it's just because her hands are so small. She does have a diaphragm joint that has a reasonable amount of articulation. It can move side to side, it can pivot like this, and it does crunch forward a little bit and back a little bit. I wish she had a waist joint, but it's not a big deal. This joint over here is pretty good. She does have hip joints that move outward that much. You can get her to kick forward. She has an upper thigh swivel over here, double jointed knees that bend in very far, ankles move down, they move up, and she's got beautiful ankle pivot. Now, even with this figure being a female character, she does not stand too short. She's a little over 6 inches tall. And here's our Marvel Legends movie Black Widow compared to the Toy Biz comic series Black Widow and the Hasbro 2-pack comic version of Black Widow over here. So as a side note, you can take this head off and put the Scarlett Johansson head on this body if you want to. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't stay on very securely, and the flesh tones aren't absolutely perfect, but I think you can make this work. And then here's the other head sculpt on there in case you wanted to see that also. And I'm very excited that Hasbro has given us a brand new female mold. Here she is compared with our two second newest molds, the Marvel Legends Moonstone and Marvel Legends Spider-Girl. And here she is next to the rest of the Marvel Legends Avengers plus Nick Fury with a very Guardians of the Galaxy-like setup over here. This is awesome. I am so grateful that we have this. I am very, very stoked. I think she fits in perfect scale with the rest of the figures. As you can see, she's definitely shorter than Hawkeye, and Hawkeye was the shortest one out of all the other ones before this Scarlet came out. So I think she works in this lineup perfectly, but the display could use some work. Yeah, that's a little cooler now, isn't it? Damn it, I'm really happy that they did this. Still waiting on that Mark 7 Iron Man though. I hope they do produce that at one point or another. Regardless, I'm very happy with this Black Widow figure. I like it very, very much. Please check out MarvelousNews.com to see my photo gallery. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of this figure. And if you like the video, please go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. And here's a look at the back of the and here's a look at the back of the figure.